Okay, guys, here we go. Here we go. So the BMA, the Border Management Authority of South Africa, they they themselves, the Border Management Authority, they themselves are surprised that the government of South Africa has been lying for such a long time. Guys, there are 30 million foreigners living in South Africa. Okay. 27 million of them are illegal. There are 30 million African foreigners living in South Africa. 27 of them are illegal. Now, the Border Management, the BMA of South Africa, the Border Management Authority of South Africa, is now finally realizing that. They are finally realizing that they are dealing with almost 3 million illegals per weekend. Okay. They are dealing with all these people in one weekend from multiple different ports of South Africa. But now I'm going to show you this. Look at this. The number, official number of foreigners living in South Africa, according to the South African government, is 2.4 million. This is a joke, and we've been telling you for a long time that this is a joke. The media has been lying to you. The ANC government has been lying to you. These numbers are a joke. Statistics South Africa is a joke. Okay? These people are a joke. Now, I'm going to play all these videos. You're going to hear these people talk. You're going to hear it for themselves. They're going to say it for themselves, guys. You don't even have to believe me. Watch these people being surprised at how many illegal foreigners are entering into South Africa. These people are coming and going. I want you to think about that. 30 million people, 30 million, 30 million people are coming and going as they please in your country. Okay. So let me play these videos. But before I do that, you guys need to understand, hey guys, if you are new on this channel, it's very important. Like this video and then click on the notification bell. It's very important. Okay. It's very important. Make it a point that you like this video and click on the notification bell. Guys, as South Africa will succeed, this year, we are very aggressive this year as far as saving South Africa is concerned. We are building our military. Okay, we are building the citizens military. So our website will be up and running at the end of January. So everybody that wants a job can just apply to join our military and make money and protect your country. So we are going from city to city. We want military agents city to city. Okay, we want our agents in every city. Okay, enough is enough. We are protecting our country and we don't give a damn anymore. We don't care what these people are saying. Also, the reason why you need to click on the notification bell, and this one is very important, guys. This is very important. Okay, tomorrow I'm dropping a lecture in the afternoon. Okay, tomorrow afternoon I'm dropping a lecture. Okay, the lecture will be around this entire situation with the US and South Africa. Okay, now the lecture I'm basically saying the US will never invade South Africa, but there is a fight going on. Okay, so this is basically America finding out about what we have been saying for a long time, the curse of South Africa. Okay, America is finding out that, oh, South Africa is not an actual country, right? That's what America is finding out. America is finding out that, oh, South Africa is not an actual country. It's not an independent country. It's a British colony, right? That's what the US is finding out. So America doesn't want to do business with Britain and the British mafia that owns the South African Reserve Bank. Okay, that's basically it. America doesn't want to do business with the British mafia that own the South African Reserve Bank. Okay, and they that's what the US is finding out. Basically, they are finding out that, oh, so South Africa is not an actual country. There's no such thing as you doing business with the South African government, because there's no such thing as a South African government. Okay, the ANC, the DA, all of them are just employees of the British mafia. So you're not doing business with the ANC government or the South African government. You're actually doing business with the British mafia. The same people who want to destroy the American dollar with BRICS, right? America is finding out all of those things. So now when Elon Musk wants to come to South Africa and do business with South Africa, Elon Musk is actually doing business with who? The British mafia, your Nicky Oppenheimers and all those guys, Johan Rupert's, the guys that were there during that meeting in the White House. If you guys remember Ramaphosa's meeting, Those white men that were standing up during that meeting, they are the ones that own the Reserve Bank, and they own your internet, and they own everything in South Africa. Okay. The American government is now finding out that. So as South Africa will succeed, we've been explaining and we've conceptualized this as the curse of South Africa, right? That's what the curse of South Africa is, that South Africa is not an actual country. It's just a British mafia colony. Otherwise, it's not an actual country. South Africa is not a place. It's not an actual country. Okay. So let's go, guys. This is a lecture I'm dropping tomorrow. You don't want to miss this. Like, you don't want to miss this, guys. Make it a point. You click on the notification bell. This is something you don't want to miss. Okay. I've already recorded the lecture. I'll release it in the afternoon tomorrow. Okay. Okay, let's go, guys.
Yes, Thabo, that's the feeling on the ground from the travelers. They are saying that this process is taking long. In fact, if you can see on my right, it's a queue of light motor vehicles that are moving towards the border post. They're coming from Zimbabwe side, heading to South Africa. And these are people who are still waiting to be cleared. And they are saying that they've been waiting for a number of hours now before they get cleared. And then on my left, there is a queue of pedestrians, Thabo, and it's a long queue that stretches up until where the border between the border next to Zimbabwe. That's where the first entry point is, and they are saying that they've been standing on the queue for a long time. But the border management authority has always been saying that they expected such a huge number of people to come to the border, and as much as they are doing their best to clear them as fast or quick as possible, but it's not happening. Thank you very much for your time. How is your trip going so far?
Now on my trip it's very bad. La asijabuli ne situation ilana because uyabona mhlambi abantu yonke lesifika lapha ngo10 o'clock up to now ayikho into ehambayo. So siyacela ukusizwa, uyabona manje kuyanetha asila option. Sizomanzeka namanzi. Abantu bonke bakhala, ukhala mina ngedwa. Kunabantu baningi kodwa bakwazi ukukhuluma ilanguage. That's why babona bathulile lapho. So siyacela ukusizwa. Just nje uyabona lapha phambili futhi kune 2 lanes kuvaliwe futhi. So asazi maybe thina sizolala futhi lana lokuzenzwa kanjani asazi sicela ukusizwa lana.
So Thabo, that's one person on the queue here actually complaining to say that they're now even worried that they won't be able to get to work by tomorrow because of the huge delays. They are asking for help and they are hoping that their voices will be heard so that they can be processed and get to enter into South Africa. But also the focus is not only on those who are on the queues, Thabo. The Border Management Authority has just alerted us that through their drones, they are picking up some people who are actually believed to be trying to cross illegally from Zimbabwe into South Africa. My brother, if you don't mind, just to talk to us about the current situation, how is your trip going so far?
Yeah, things are not good at all. If you can see, we have been waiting for a year for a long time, but yeah, we think we are going to be open. They are going to open for us there. We think so, but we've been waiting here for a long time. And if you can see, we've got old people here, we've got grandmothers, we've grandfathers. They've been here in queues for a long time, so it's a very big challenge for us to wait for here for a long time like this.
All right, thank you very much. So, Thabo, yeah, that's the current situation on the ground. As you can see, there is quite a long queue, and it's very clear that it will take time for all these people to be processed anytime soon.
Get a sense, though, Mweli, that the BMA, the authorities, have plans to tackle this backlog. I mean, are they speaking of extended hours? Are they speaking of other interventions, processing manually? How are they responding to this challenge of long backed up queues?
So for now, what they've told us is that they've got just more than 300 officials that are working here at the port of entry, and with that staff, they believe that they are enough to do the work at the present moment, even though they would love to have more people. So Dr. Michael Masiapato, the Commissioner of the Border Management Authority, indicating that in terms of resources, they are struggling. Indeed, they'll want more, not only just on human resource, but also the improvement of systems at the border post, just to be at the standard of Zimbabwe, because most of the people who are crossing here, Thabo, are saying that that other side in Zimbabwe, it's very quick for them to be processed. But when they come to the South African side, then that's where they encounter those problems. But the BMA maintaining that those people who are on duty at the present moment have been doing their best to ensure that the people are cleared. In fact, there's 3 processing stations that have been established here at the border post. There's one focusing on the buses, which is the passenger vehicles. There's one focusing on the light motor vehicles, and then there's one focusing on trucks as well as pedestrians. So, but as much as they are saying they are doing their best, still there's more people joining the queue, which makes it to be very long at the present moment. Yes, Thabo, that's the feeling on the ground from the travelers. They are saying that this process. The Beitbridge border post has started recording high volumes of travelers heading to South Africa from Zimbabwe. Frustration crept in for those who spent hours in the queues before being cleared.
No, the traveling from where we are coming, it is well. Just the problem is here in the border. Yes, the things in border here, they are going very slowly. And they're harassing us, the authority of South Africa. They're harassing the citizens. They are calling us names. And look at all this place full. And other borders, just you arrive, they stamp you, and you come out. Just they don't want people to be in bulk there. So we don't know what's going on right now in South Africa.
Kodwa masifika ngapha amabhasi aphezulu ebridgini, so iSouth Africa ngibona ukuthi ingaguqula, maybe iyenze like before ukuthi iyafaka ama-caravan okugqobisela abantu phandle. I think yiko kungasoluveka ukuthi khona kube safe ebantwini, ngoba ungabheka manje silabantwana from izolo abakadli lutho.
No, I'm not happy. The situation here is not good at all. We are suffering. We have been here for over 3 hours now, but no action, no movement. We don't know where or when are we going to be saved here. Things were supposed to be very slow, but not this situation. Since the time we got here, there is no movement. So that's the sign that shows that there is nothing which is happening right now. We are just seated.
The Border Management Authority says there's no crisis and there's no possibility of them changing their strategy to accommodate the huge number of travelers.
If you were to look at our processing areas and also the numbers here, we are very much confident that we will be able to handle the numbers. The reason why we did what we did at Lebombo, it was on a Christmas day. Otherwise, we were going to process them normally, but we had to activate manual because people were starting to become agitated. It was on a Christmas day, and we knew that if we get to around 12 o'clock in the midday without everybody being processed completely, we were possibly going to have a challenge like a stampede.
Travelers have been urged to comply and be in possession of all required documents when they get to the border. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Mweli Masilela.
Travellers are continuing to cross into South Africa in large numbers at the Beitbridge border post. Most of them are returning to places of work after spending their holidays in Zimbabwe. The Border Management Authority maintains that lawlessness will not be tolerated, urging people to bring all required documents as they come to the border. Newsroom Africa's Mweli Masilela is following the story for us and joins us now live. Mweli, have you noticed a higher number of police, seeing as they are saying that they will not tolerate any lawlessness around the border post?
Yes, Nompumelelo, there's police in almost all the processing points, making sure that they keep an eye on those people who are moving between Zimbabwe and South Africa. And as you can see, long queues are building up, as it was stated by the Border Management Authority that today and tomorrow, those are the days where they are expecting high volume of travelers here at the Bay Bridge border post. Those people that you are seeing are heading to the counters there just to be cleared and have their passports stamped. But of course, in as far as the law enforcement is concerned, they make sure that the people who are coming here to join the queue have got all the required documents in their possession. And looking into the numbers, it's not only this border post that the Border Management Authority is getting updates from. There are also ports of entry, such as the Libombo border post, that are also always busy during this time. And some people have expressed frustration in as far as delays are concerned here at the Bay Bridge border post, saying that they would love to have more officials being at service points where they process the travelers. Let me bring in one person who's on the queue at the present moment. He's coming from Zimbabwe heading to South Africa. Thank you very much for your time, my brother. How is your trip going so far?
The things is very slow here. I don't know what is the cause of that, because we've been waiting and nothing is happening here, because there's a lot of queues, then there's a slow traffic, everything is going slow. I don't know what is the problem.
All right. So do you remain optimistic though that you'll be cleared right on time to get home?
Sorry, come again?
Do you remain optimistic that you will be cleared at the end of the day so that you can be home on time?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. We'll come right, because there's a little movement that is happening. So I think we'll get home in time.
All right, thank you very much. So those are some of the voices of the people on the queue, Nompumelelo, and you can see this queue stretches to the other side as people wait to cross into South Africa. But looking into the numbers, yesterday what we heard is that more than 22,000 people crossed into South Africa from Zimbabwe, and the expectation, according to the Commissioner of the Border Management Authorities, that today there might be about 25,000 people crossing into South Africa from Zimbabwe. So, and looking into tomorrow as well, it is expected that there will be more people crossing into South Africa. But the Border Management Authority saying that as much as there are a bit of issues there and there, the delays, they are still equal to the task. There is no crisis at the present moment. But also another element that is being looked into is the issue of the buses that are carrying the passengers here. The Road Traffic Agency, cross-border, actually, they are saying that they are also looking into that, and they found that there are some buses that are complaining. Just briefly, I've got the CEO of the Cross-Border Road Transport Agency, Luazimboyi. Thank you very much for your time. Any things that we have picked up in terms of transgressions of those transport that is being used by these passengers?
Yeah, not necessarily at the moment, but previously, even overnight, there were buses that we picked up that had to be taken off the road. Some of them had no legal permit to be on the road. Some of them had roadworthy issues that had to be checked again. And of course, those buses have been discontinued because we're really concerned about some of the buses that are crossing into the country and are not roadworthy. So we're looking into that very strictly and making sure that to the best of our ability, we do check some of the buses. We've also picked up, I think as you saw earlier, even in some of the smaller vehicles where they had worn tires, some of them had torn tires, some of them had issues where we thought it could not continue beyond this border before those issues were sorted. So that's really why we're here. So we've got an operation here. I mean, we're here, but we also have an operation like about a kilometer down the road from here where we do proper checkups with other law enforcement entities. So that's why we're here. And I think we're coming in from a transport perspective where we're making sure that we try by all means possible to identify some of those transgressions that I'm talking about, as particularly from a road safety perspective. The main issue is to reduce the crashes on the roads, is to reduce the number of accidents where possible, but also to reduce the number of deaths that are costing this country so much.
All right, thank you very much, CEO, for your time. So many aspects that are being looked into as there is a lot of people crossing between Zimbabwe and South Africa today, and the expectation is that there will be even more people tomorrow traveling between Zimbabwe and South Africa.
Some illegal immigrants crossing from Zimbabwe into South Africa have just been apprehended by officials of the Border Management Authority near the borderline of Beitbridge. BMA officers traced 2 individuals who were facilitating the illegal movement of undocumented foreign nationals in the bush between the border fence and the port of entry. There has so far been several other arrests of undocumented foreign nationals across various ports of entry in the last 24 hours. SABC News reporter Katlego Nyoni and video journalist Llewellyn Carstens are at the border.
These 2 individuals you see behind me have just been apprehended by officials of the Border Management Authority just in the bush here next to the Beitbridge border post. They were just arrested right now at the bush in Beitbridge border post next to the border. It is believed that they are also facilitators, meaning that they are behind helping and assisting some of the people to enter South Africa illegally. As you know, the Beitbridge border post is among the busiest and is said to be one of the most porous borders in terms of the land ports of entries. Well, currently right now the Border Management Authority officials have just apprehended them. We've seen a chase ensue at the bush next to the border, and where we also saw these 2 individuals being apprehended, there was also a bit of a shootout as the Border Management Authority apprehended these 2 individuals. Now this is during the return leg of the traveling stages. The BMA has been conducting a site inspection at the Beitbridge port of entry along with other ports of entry in the country, where they tell us that illegal immigration remains a very serious concern and that they are deploying all the resources, all the extra foot soldiers to vulnerable hotspots. Well, the BMA as well as some of the officials that work along with the BMA have just returned from the bush where they were able to arrest these 2 individuals. As you can see here in the visuals that we are bringing you, these 2 foreign nationals have just been arrested and they are said to be illegal in the country. As I've mentioned, they are also some of the people that are sort of working as the masterminds as well as those that are facilitating the illegal crossing, the illegal jumping of individuals who don't have all the to enter into South Africa. We cannot show you their faces as they've just been arrested, but it would be interesting to find out from them what were some of the reasons that brought them into South Africa. Maybe I'll just try and listen to what the officials of the BMA are saying about this particular arrest. If we can maybe ask our colleague Llewellyn to step away from them so we can just find out. Say, why did you come into the country illegally? Are you okay? Why did you come into the country illegally?
Chekutaiti hakuna wachelete kuZimbabwe mara kutonyagawo Saudi tonyagawo to know something.
Do you have the documents to be in South Africa? As you can hear, he's just explaining to us in what we think. He's saying that there isn't enough economic activity in his country of Zimbabwe, and he's essentially crying, and he's just been pulled away and whisked away by members of the officials, rather, of the Border Management Authority. They say that since the start of the return leg, 15 people at this particular border have been intercepted. We've seen during the return leg, the exit leg, where there was about 7,000 interceptions, the highest being at the Groblersbrug port of entry linking Botswana and South Africa. The BMA Commissioner Dr. Mike Masiapato tells us that because there is heightened security at the Beitbridge border post, majority of the interceptions happened elsewhere instead of the Beitbridge border post, because those that are sort of facilitating illegal crossing into South Africa have realized that there is extra and additional resources at the Beitbridge border post.